Aha! Ha ha ha. I did not realize that my mic was muted. Oh god, that throws me off. Hold on. Hold on, let me cook. I was trying to set up my monitoring, but my it throws me off in OBS, so I'm trying something else. Let me cook. I'm doing Linux audio stuff. Alright, there it is. Ah. Hold on. Let me cook. Let me cook. There we go. It still throws me off a little hearing my own voice in my headphones, but I can tell when I'm being loud now. Oh, shoot. Oh, you're seeing something else I cooked on there. Oh. How do I group items? Oh, there we go. Alright, there we go. We're gonna pretend we're gonna pretend that wasn't there. Alright, so it turns out Streamlabs chat widget does in fact work. That's good to know. Yeah, you can tell it's been a while since I last streamed. I haven't even said my intro yet. In fact, I just realized I should probably turn down my mic's gain a little bit. There we go. There we go. That's much better. Ah, ah, ah. Blah, 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 blah. Ah, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It has been a while since I last streamed. I need to, yeah, the scuff is strong with this one, yeah. Everything can be heard, right? Like, you can hear everything? Okay, so, let me do my intro first before I start yapping. The whole point of the stream is to yap, I'm sure, but let me do my intro first, okay? Everyone good? Okay. Yeah. It is TGN, your local, nerdy, tech-loving catboy. Logging in. No, wait. Oh, my intro is logging in TGN, your local, nerdy, tech-loving catboy. My model booped. And today, we're going to be doing a type of stream I haven't done in a while, which is, well, you can see it right there. Just chatting. I don't think I need to do much introduction. We're just chatting. Free chat, just chatting. I use those terms interchangeably. I personally prefer the term free chat. He even messed up his intro. He really hasn't streamed in a while. Well, here's the thing. When I haven't even like written down a proper intro for me to use. Although I am working on a new closing greeting because DXT once told me that signing off is a bit that using the word signing off is a bit cliche. So I'm working on a new one. I don't like the way I said that. Logging off would be better? That's true, yeah. I think I did use that at one point. Yeah. Also, what you just saw there, that I had turned on for a second, this here, actually, hang on. There. There. This is better. So the last couple times I've streamed, DXT has called me on the Cisco phone that's right next to me, and, like, on stream. And I'm anticipating him to do that again, so that's why I put that there. I am anticipating him to do that again, and more so, and it's more so that I can of course change it because it's just OBS text. So imagine that, Doki Bird straight up calls me on this, but no, nobody's on the phone right now. But yeah, that's so I can change the text, and more so new viewers know what the name of the person who's calling me on this phone is. Actually, that reminds me, maybe I could have microsip put up. Wish there was like a system to automatically have this pop up with the corresponding name. Yeah. But I can I don't have, very good programming, like, prowess, so, no, so I haven't been able to do that yet. Thank you. The funny part about this, I intentionally chose this time. I used to, like, in my first couple of years, I used to stream at 6. Then I found out that I wouldn't be, like, it's not really professional. Well, okay, that's not really true. What I actually did find out was that, it's general. Okay, I don't know what that was. I found that generally it's better to have, yeah, my mic cut out a little bit, that's fine, but I found out that, eating on stream, I mean, I can do it, but, like, it's probably better if I don't, right? So that's why I chose 7 p.m. But even after choosing that time, I'm still gonna be eating on stream. So enjoy the Jiyen Mogu Mogu ASMR. I'm gonna go get a drink, actually. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Just... So, while I'm talking, you're gonna be getting some Jiyen, some TGN Mogu Mogu ASMR. Yeah, the munchies. Eating cat. Mm. Mm. Oh, yeah. The whole point of this stream, the whole reason this is a free chat stream. What have I been up to? A lot. Gosh, when's the... Actually, let me just get a bit more context as to why I did this. I'm gonna have a look at my channel, see the last time I streamed. A month ago. Oh my goodness. And then, like, a month earlier, I streamed the Nintendo Switch 2 unboxing. At least I think that was me. At least I think so. Yeah, that's what I was doing. But yeah, a month ago, June 27th, and now it's August 22nd. Yeah. Yes, it was you. I was there. Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was this other green cat VTuber. It was Girl DM who was who was streaming the unboxing of a Nintendo Switch 2. I'm not the only green cat VTuber out there. There exist others. I think I've like proven. I think I've had this point proven to me back in this private Discord server. Wait, I've said the name before, and Cringecraft exists. Alright, in the Hideout Discord that I'm in, green cat. Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm not the only... Yes, that was a soda can. I'm drinking Sprite. I usually drink Dr. Pepper, but... I don't have any Dr. Peppers in the fridge. I have plenty of Dr. Pepper, of course. I just don't have any in the fridge. But yeah, I found out that, that I'm apparently not the only green cat VTuber. Well, I think I knew that a long time. I think I knew that like before I became a VTuber, but I had so there's like Girl DN, there's Rose Doodle, there's others. Anyway, let's get into like what I've been doing since I've been working on since I fought Spamton. Trying to find a good there we go. Alright. So, what have I been doing since I fought Spamton? Well, I have mostly just been spending time, like, at my job, working. Like, I've just been mostly, working at my job. I know, shocker. I'm not a NEET. A lot of VTubers are NEETs, but I'm not. I have 2 jobs. One of them is more like, okay, they're both part-time, but, so, I've been, like, focusing a lot on working at my job, and also, on a new room in my house. So my brother recently moved out of my house, and we've been mostly focusing on since his old room that he left had been water damaged from a flood that we had. Oh yeah, I I forgot to introduce that. We had a flood. Yeah, that was not fun. It was only one room. It was only that one room in the basement. But that's it. That's the only part that got I got it. There we go. That's the worst of the damage. Just the basement getting flooded. That's about it. But the worst of it was yeah. So we had a really bad thunderstorm once, and the window was rusted away, and the window was rusted away, and they were basically water flooded in. It was a flood. Water poured in, damaged the drywall, damaged several things. Although, funnily enough, the one thing I saved that my brother would probably be devastated about if it got water damaged, I preemptively took his old 3DS out of his room. He got rid of his old. I mean, he didn't use it as much before, but I didn't. Yeah, but anyway, several of his things, his comic books, his actually, I think that's the worst of it. His comic books, a lot of the carpet floor, and and a lot of things. Those were all water damaged. Some of them were thrown out. A lot of them were dried up. A lot of them we had to dry out and then give back to him, his comics, which I don't even know if they're still readable. But hey, good thing I took his 3DS out of his room before the flood happened. I don't think there's anything on there, but now I get to continue watching Dinosaur Office. Isn't that on YouTube? But anyway, let me read the chat. How do I feel about my jobs? They make money. They make money. They're incredibly, they take quite a bit of my time, but naturally they're 9 to 5s, except they're not actually 9 to 5s. They're more 8 to 4s. But, yeah, they're 9 to 5s, so I, yeah, they're well, okay, no. One of them is a 9 to 5. The other is a bit of a flexible schedule. So, I'm not gonna give too much details about my job, but I have one job, and then I have all right, one job I have pretty much a schedule, but it changes pretty frequently. And then my other job, it's whenever this other guy is available, because I do work in IT. That's what my second job is. It's IT. And frequently IT involves you going out to people's going out to buildings and doing stuff like running cable. And that's one of the things I've been doing, but it's more so the first job. Yeah. So anyway, oh, I gotta acknowledge Zell, or else she'll or else they'll never be in my streams again. I'll be a bad streamer. Speaking of storms, I had a bad one about 6 years ago that tore up my grandma's roof. Oh, yeah. Yeah. To be fair, this one isn't even that bad. This storm was actually the fault of some rusted old window sill things. We had a metal railing. So the window is held in with a metal railing, but it was rusted away and it was really old, and it broke from the water. And also, we have window wells, because of course we do. It's a basement. It's kind of supposed to have window wells. But, well, okay, if you want windows in the basement, you gotta have window wells. But these old window wells were not draining properly. And, so, as a result, the water just sort of poured in through that crack. And, yeah, water damage on a lot of the... on pretty much the entire floor, so we had to rip out the carpet and get that hauled off to the dump. And then we had to get, and we had to tear out some of the drywall, but, actually, we still have to tear out some of the drywall. That's about, I mean, okay, that's about all the demolition we're doing. Yeah, still, progress has been moving forward. Because I've been working with my family on this, and, you know, schedules and stuff, things have been changing left and right, so, and it's been really, really, really busy. But, one future project I have in mind that I might end up doing this weekend, so, I'm actually, here in this room, I'm sitting not too far away from where we actually get our internet connection, and that's why that's how I have like a wired connection for pretty much everything. So my internet circuit, it's like a couple feet away from me, a couple yards away from me. I don't know. The point is, it's pretty close. My internet connection's pretty close to me over there. It's fiber internet, by the way. Fiber to the home. I get fiber to the home. But anyway, but yeah, so I have my internet connection all the way over there, and as a result, I'm able to easily wire in to all my stuff here. But a lot of my stuff, including my PC, is going to be moved down into my new room because it's going to have a lot more space. And so I have, how am I going to get internet down there? Wireless? Wi-Fi? No, that's not happening. Look, I like Wi-Fi. And in fact, we have plans to upgrade our current, like, Wi-Fi equipment to Ubiquiti. Specifically, Ubiquiti Unify. I've installed a bit of Ubiquiti equipment in my IT job. It's pretty sweet. Hi, Lada. Hi, Lada. What is wrong with me? It's that good? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ubiquiti is the... And I say this as a compliment, and I don't mean any negative connotations by that. Ubiquiti Unify is like the Apple of Wi-Fi products. And I mean that in every positive way. They are they are the best you can get, the best money can buy. They are a very smooth experience. They are built really well. They have amazing, from what I hear, they have great customer support, and they're like Steam as well. They're like Steam in that they're kind of well, they're not actually a monopoly in the in the Wi-Fi space or in the IT space, but they're kind of a monopoly because they are good, because they make good products. What? But yeah, so Ubiquiti's Wi-Fi equipment is amazing. So they're Nintendo? No, they don't screw over their customers and force them to buy everything like Ubiquiti. They make products that are so good, they make you want to buy more. They make you want to buy more Ubiquiti products to go with your existing ones. Like, that's the thing I've heard from a lot of people. Is that they're so good, you want to get more of them. In a way. Like, so Now that's the company I'd love to hear about, Ubiquity. Oh, yeah. So we're going Unify. So they're Ubiquity's consumer lineup, Amplify. That is that has not been updated in a while. And so they don't really have anything like too consumery for, well, they do. In the Unify space, they do. They have like the Dream Router. That's their all-in-one solution. That's just the single product you want to get if you want to. That's the Dream Router is the one product you can get. That's pretty much the router and Wi-Fi AP all in one, like most people would want. But what we're doing is a little more advanced. So we've been into mesh Wi-Fi for a while now. Ever since we got ever since we had Linksys. We had a few Linksys develop APs around the house. They were pretty good. Yeah, they were pretty good. Then we got our internet upgraded. So we switched to, I think I've said them before. Well, no, I've said this before, but we've had our internet upgraded recently. It is actually like 9 gigabit fiber to the home from CenturyLink. Now, make all the jokes you want about CenturyLink. Yeah, make all the jokes you want about CenturyLink, but their fiber is amazing, and I should know because the place I work at has CenturyLink fiber, and it is sweet. Like, it's one of the best. I've never had a problem with the internet there. And I've only had like 2 problems with CenturyLink here, and they were minor. But yeah, we get 9 gigabit. And the best part, it's for the same price we were paying for Xfinity, who was giving us cable internet. They were giving us cable internet for like, after like fees and taxes and stuff like that, they were giving us like less than a gigabit, and it wasn't even symmetrical. And for the same price we paid Xfinity, with no extra fees, by the way, we get an 8 gigabit over fiber. Now the only yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really say who did this, because first of all, I don't know, but second, I would be doxing my local municipality. I would be doxing my local municipality if I did give too much detail on this, but, someone hit a fiber line a couple times when they were doing construction in our neighborhood. And it happened to be the CenturyLink one. So we've been out without internet for hours a couple times. But that is not CenturyLink's fault. It's because the idiotic construction people have been working on it. And I think this was like back in 2024. They hit a fiber line, and of course you don't want to do that. Because if you do that... How are they not able to avoid knocking it down? They don't knock it down. It's buried. They bury the line. It's buried under the ground. And so they were digging. Didn't bother calling, what is it, like 811? Hold on. Call before you dig. Yeah, 811. They didn't bother calling 811. They just dug and hit a fiber line. They're lucky it wasn't a gas line. Actually, I don't think 811 can, like, track fiber lines, but I also have never called before I dug. Oh god, I just realized how bad that makes me sound. I have never called before I dug. But anyway, I went off on a tangent. But I mean, people like tangents. Otherwise, people do like tangents from VTubers. Otherwise, Shiori Novella wouldn't be popular. Hey Elijah, I said the name of your VTuber goth girlfriend. Let's give Jiyen a Darwin Award. What? The Darwin Awards are a rhetorical, tongue-in-cheek honor that originated in Usenet newsgroup discussions around 1985. They recognize individuals who have supposedly contributed to human evolution by selecting themselves out of the gene pool by dying or becoming sterilized by their own action. Oh, I see. I see. Well, let's hope I never win that award. Okay, for real though, the times I have dug, I barely do it, but the times I have dug, I've made sure that, or it was at my job. I was digging trenches for hours in the summer heat last year. It sucked, but there were no lines to worry about, because basically my boss had already taken care of them. But anyway, so this does bring me to something. So, how am I going to get internet down in my new room? Well, I'm going to run a cable. Because that is, no matter how good Ubiquity's Wi-Fi stuff is, it's still Wi-Fi, and again, I'm not knocking Ubiquity's amazing products. They are great. Ubiquity's products are great. They're amazing. But, no matter what kind of improvements Ubiquity makes to their Wi-Fi systems, and no matter what kind of stuff the Wi-Fi Alliance does to make Wi-Fi, the next generation of Wi-Fi better, nothing is going to be as reliable as a cable. And so, we're going to run a cable. But I've talked to my, IT job boss, asked him, what kind of cable I should be using, because running a long, Cat 6A shielded cable, well, it won't need to be shielded because we're running it through conduit, but, running a shielded, running a shielded, Cat 6A cable so I can get, 10 gigabit down there, because, of course, I want to take full advantage of the 10 gig stuff. He suggested not using a copper cable at all, and he instead suggested using fiber. We're getting fiber to the house, and I'm getting fiber down to my new room. Why fiber? Purely because one is actually cheaper than copper now. You would think a fiber cable would be more expensive than a copper cable, but when you want to do 10 gig, it's cheaper. It is more fragile, I will say, but so I'm gonna run a fiber cable from here down to my new room. Now, we don't have any conduit that goes from here to my new room. So what's the solution? We're gonna make one. we're gonna dig into our through our front lawn and we're gonna dig a trench and bury a conduit that goes down to my new room, and then we'll run the fiber cable into there. Yes, fiber is more reliable than copper. Well, can be. Don't forget to call 811. I don't think there are any pipes where we're planning to dig. I'm 95% sure there aren't. We are not also digging down that far. We're digging like 1.5 feet. But I also don't know how deep gas lines are buried. Yeah, you know what? We should call 811. I will not forget to do that. Anyway. So we're gonna run a fiber cable down to my new room, and yeah, that's how I'm gonna get internet down there, and I'm gonna get a bunch of equipment for myself, like a 10 gig network switch, which, by the way, those are expensive. This one will, the one I have in mind is the hold on, store.ui.com. Yeah, switching. Let's see, 10 gig. All right, so, oh, it's in stock. Awesome. But yeah, so it's the Ubiquiti Pro XG8 PoE. That is a network switch that can do, well, it can do stuff. It can do 10 gig, and it's pretty sweet. Now, the interesting thing, also, funnily enough, this switch has ether lighting. If you don't know what ether lighting is, it is Ubiquiti's new, really cool it's Ubiquiti's new feature that has LEDs, like colored LEDs, RGB LEDs, built into the Ethernet ports, so that it lights up your cable. Well, it doesn't light up the cable itself, but it lights up the Ethernet thing, the connector. And I thought that was really cool. Whether I'm actually going to use it or not, I don't know. But hang on, let me show a picture. Let's hope I can do a browser source with this. You know what? How about I do this? Whoa, hi there. Big. Anyway, yeah, this is Ubiquiti's ether lighting. And this network switch I have in particular has that. I don't have the switch yet. It is expensive though. It's $500. It's $500 for an 8-port network switch that can do 10 gig, of course, and has ether lighting, but also and also has PoE, but it's $500. Now, for context, how much is like a regular gigabit PoE switch? Apparently $349. Alright, what about the Ubiquiti Flex? Flex Mini. Or Lite 8 PoE. Yeah, sure. Ubiquiti Lite 8 PoE. That's $109. Although I will say, I do know this. Every single one of Ubiquiti's switches, even the small ones, are managed. They're all managed. And good thing Ubiquiti has an amazing app to manage all their stuff with. Yeah. Man, I cannot wait to get my hands on one of these. This is so cool. Like, not even joking, it's really cool. Have I started any new... Oh, wait, I gotta go back and chat. So, has there been anything exciting for me recently? Oh, gosh. That silence is really well timed. The silence and the music was really well timed there. Gosh, what have I been, like, really excited about recently? Besides my move into my new room with our new, like, upgrade. Oh! Okay, I found this. Our new... we have a Dairy Queen nearby that was recently closed for renovations because they wanted to renovate the entire store. They finally reopened! That's like the most exciting thing I can think about. My phone. Yeah, yippee. My ow. I'm sorry, ow, just had a really bad stomachache for a second, ow. Or it wasn't a stomachache, but it was like a really sharp pain. Ow. That was really weird. What else? What else? What else have I been, like, really excited about? Well, I got a cold. But that was before my last stream. Oh! I know what else I'm excited about, actually. I have another project in the works, besides my new room. Okay, I didn't get a cold recently. This was, like, before my last stream. I think, actually, it was before the Switch 2 came out. But it was a while ago, so I didn't get a cold. I don't have a cold right now, I hope. But, I have another project in the works that I'm excited about. I am building I'm actually going to be building another PC on stream. Well, not another, I haven't built a PC on stream, but I will be building a PC on stream. Not just any PC, though. It's not a regular-ass gaming PC. I wish I could. I honestly wish I could do streams where I build gaming PCs. Like, I don't know, maybe next time my brother needs me to build a PC and he already has all the parts or something. Maybe. And I could just, like, turn it into a stream and, yeah, stuff like that. But, yeah, my next stream idea, I'm building a NAS. What is a NAS? A NAS is a network-attached, well, a network-attached storage. That's what it stands for. It is a file server. Excuse me one second. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so anyway, I'm building a NAS, a file server. It's basically a small PC, and I have several of the parts already here, actually. I will talk about, actually, Hang on one second. What? Okay. You know what? Sure, I can work with this. Ow. Ow. Okay. So. Don't mind the scuff. Shh, there is no scuff. What scuff are you talking about? There's no scuff. Alright, let me actually just make sure real quick that my, that there is no, like, information I might end up accidentally, like, doxing or something, which I don't think there is. Alright. Oh, wait, I forgot to turn my BGM on again, hang on. There we go. We got estranged from a scuff VTuber a while ago. Amelie? Anyway, yeah. So, these are the specs of the machine itself. All of it, this is all what's going in it. So, what do I have already? Oh, actually, some of this has changed. Yeah, whatever. So, this is PCPartPicker.com, but... Elijah, I was winking. Alright, there we go. Now you got my cursor. Alright, so. We got... So these are all the parts that go... So these are all the parts that are going to be going into the NAS itself. So, we're going with an AMD Ryzen 5700X. Seemed like the best bang for the buck, and I need... Since this is software RAID I'm using instead of hardware RAID, I'm going to need a bit more of a... I'm going to need a bit of a higher tier processor. And the cooler is a Be Quiet Pure Rock 3. Seemed cheap enough. The motherboard is an ASRock B550M Pro 4. I am not going with Asus because Asus motherboards are horrendously expensive. Like, actually horrendously expensive. I'm not even joking. 64 gigs of RAM, mostly because, like, caching and parity and stuff like that. These two SSDs are going to be boot. These two crucial SSDs are going to be boot drives, so they're crucial. Dumb joke. 2 more drives. I'm not picking Western Digital drives. I want to see how good Crucial's drives are, so they'll be like Crucial 500 gig SSDs for like read caching and stuff like that. A Fractal Design Node 804 Micro ATX case. This one seemed like the best choice for me, mostly because it's got, actually, this might be, oh, we're talking about my NAS. A NAS that I'm planning on building, which is a PC, basically, but more so for file server stuff than regular PC stuff. So, this is the thing I like most about this PC, or about this case, that I didn't even realize till I bought it. It has 2, like, independent zones. Well, not independent, but it has 2 zones that can be used for cooling. So, I think there's a fan mounting spot here, I can't exactly tell. But, so, I want to have, like, a very simple airflow scheme for this. So, I'm going, so, for this is where the CPU and everything, this is where all the compute is going to go. And then I'm going to have Noctua fans, because I want it to be quiet. It's going to be sent, so air goes in, and then air comes in the front, goes out the back. Simple enough. Same thing on the hard drive side. Yeah, okay, same thing on the hard drive side. In, out. Simple enough, right? I also have the power supply. It's a Corsair RM750X. I've had very good luck with Corsair power supplies, so that'll work. And this, an LSI host bus adapter card. It's basically the thing that's going to let me connect more than a handful of hard drives to the motherboard. Because the motherboard only has a few SATA ports, and 2 of them are taken up by SSDs. So... And, okay, so what parts do I have now? I have the cooler, I have the motherboard, I have the case, the power supply. I also have 4 Noctua fans, and also some decor. I have decor planned for this machine. I have, like, stickers I'm going to put on it. I'm not going to sticker bomb it, but it's going to have stickers. What kind of files am I gonna store on the server? Oh gosh. Okay, so the NAS is actually going to be my full, so the NAS is going to be like my full-on bulk storage. I gotta eat. I'm supposed to be talking during the stream, but I also need to eat. Sorry, something Elijah said to me. So, the NAS is actually going to be my bulk storage solution. It's where pretty much everything except games are going to be stored. So, I have a 6 terabyte hard drive in my PC, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, or like try to deny it, or try to excuse it. There really is no excuse for this. I'm a data hoarder. I am a data hoarder. Bona fide data hoarder. Except, I don't want to do the thing that most data hoarders do, and have like 10 hard drives in one PC, and like not have them in RAID or anything. So, okay, maybe 10 is an exaggeration, but like a lot of data hoarders have like 4 hard drives in their PC, and they don't put them in RAID. They just like fill them up, and when they get full, add another hard drive. I don't want to do that. I only have 1 hard drive, and I don't want to do that. So, my storage solution will be this NAS using ZFS. Oh, I didn't mention the most important part of a network attached storage server. The storage. I forgot to tell you how much storage it's gonna have. So, I have 4 Western Digital Red Pro hard drives, which are meant for this kind of application. And it is they are 8 terabyte hard drives. 8 times 4 is 24, I think. Wait. 8 times 4? No, 8 times 4 is 32. 32 terabytes of raw storage. But since I'm putting a file system on it, some of that storage is going to be lost. Yeah. 4 8 terabyte hard drives. And I'm going to look at this ZFS capacity calculator. So 8192 gigabytes, 4 drives in a single RAID group. So 8 terabyte drives. I thought we were doing a bit when you thought I was doing a bit when I said 24. I'm sorry, my brain. But yeah, so I've nearly filled up a 6 terabyte hard drive. I have 1 terabyte free, and I'm being very careful. But anyway, so in total, my actual usable storage in this NAS is going to be almost 21 terabytes. So I am losing quite a bit of storage by having them on like a software RAID on a file system like ZFS, but I've heard a lot about ZFS and I want to try it. And if anyone's curious, this is single parity RAID, so the highest amount of storage I got is WTF, seriously, how do you have 32 terabytes? I saved up a lot of money from working. That's part of the reason I was focused on my job, is because I wanted to earn the money to build this machine, and the hard drives were the biggest part I had to get, and the hard drives cost $1,000. Like in total, 32 terabytes across 4 drives is $1,000. It was more like $900, but it was expensive. Yeah, it's expensive. So don't take this advice from me. Don't be a data hoarder. Do not be a data hoarder. Unless you're willing to spend the money on the storage, don't be a data hoarder. I envy you, like, seriously. Yeah. If anything... Oh, no, sorry. You don't envy me. You evney me. You evney me. Well, I evney me. I would probably evney myself, too. But, but anyway. Evney. Anyway. I'm sorry. What does Evney even mean? I don't know. You said it. You said it. I don't know what it means. Anyway, don't envy me, actually. Don't envy the fact that I have 32 terabytes of raw storage. Ha ha ha. It's a problem. Like, data hoarding is an actual problem. It's one I'm willing to solve, but it's a problem. But anyway, this should be enough. And if not, the case has 8 hard drive slots, so I can add another 32 terabytes onto it. So I can add more hard drives onto it. It's not even 32 terabytes, like, in full. I'm not even using all of it. I'm not even using all of it. It's just, because I'm using a file system. But it's a lot. My plans are, though, to, So what's the point in having so much storage even though you won't use it? Well, I don't even know how much I'm gonna use. But I wanted to, like, be... I thought it was better to be safe than sorry, so... And there's no point... I don't even know if I'm gonna add those extra hard drives. At all. But we'll find out. But it's my bulk storage solution. It's gonna have everything that I've ever stored on my PC, like, on my... They used to be on my hard drive. So, video assets and, yeah, that's basically it. Mostly video assets and ISOs, like software ISOs and homebrew stuff, backup switch firmware. That's what a lot of my data hoarding is. It's like that stuff. Among some other media. Alongside some other media. He totally isn't going to use emulators. Oh, yeah. ROMs. I have ROMs as well. Switch ROMs. Among other ROMs. But I have ROMs in my bulk storage and... yeah, that's bad. So, like, ROMs and... video assets, which I should be backing up. I have an external hard drive over there. Gotta back up all my stuff. And then and then what else do I have? Homebrew stuff and many images and a very large homework folder. And yeah, stuff like that. So everything I've ever stored except for games. I want to keep my games on this hard drive. So my plan is to move my bulk storage over to the NAS because I don't want to buy another 6 terabyte hard drive, and yet I'm more willing to buy these more expensive hard drives. But anyway, I don't want to buy a new hard drive just to use and then like not know what I've been wanting to not know what I've been what I want to try to put on it or what I want to use that for after I'm done using it to like. So what I want to do is, because the file system on it that I'm using is NTFS, and I use Linux. NTFS absolutely sucks on Linux. It's not meant for Linux, it's meant for Windows. So, I'm going to be using it for storage of games on both Windows and Linux. So I would be using exFAT, but a lot of this data is very precious, and I would want to back it up in case something goes wrong, but I don't want to... Oh, NTFS works on Linux. I will say that, Henry. NTFS does work on Linux. It just sucks. It does not work well on Linux. It sucks. But anyway, stuff on this hard drive is gonna go. Sorry, I want to put the file system exFAT on it, and then I will Sorry, I blanked out. So I want to like format this and then format it as exFAT and then move my entire Steam library to it. That way I have that way I can like condense my storage a little more of my storage of games and then move a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so I'll have better hard drive performance on Linux and on Windows as well. And then I mean, it could access the file, but it was harder to write to my external NTFS drive. Yeah, that's been my experience, except I have an internal drive. Now, I did actually test this on my external hard drive over there. That used to be formatted as NTFS, but what I did was I copied everything off it onto one hard drive, and then formatted it as exFAT and moved everything back. Works a lot better now. I haven't lost any data as far as I know, so that's probably good. Now I know 3 drive formats: NTFS, FAT32, and exFAT. It is EXFAT, actually. EX, Echo X-Ray, Foxtrot, Alpha, Tango. I like using the phonetic alphabet. I see you haven't heard of the older FAT16. Yeah, there are so many like file systems that you can use on hard drives. Have you heard of any Linux ones? There are ones on Linux. So the ones on Linux are... Let me open up KDE Partition Manager. So, how many formats are there? A lot. Now, this is just the ones I have drivers for on my system, but, so, for Mac, there is... Okay, Mac's file system is called HFS+. Yeah. XFS, I did not know that was a thing. JFS. Alright, now, another one. Linux has a file system called EXT. There are 3 versions I have on my system here. There's EXT2, EXT3, and EXT4. I use EXT4 for my, like, you know, my home folder. And then there's F2FS. Okay. Then there's BTRFS. I don't know what that's used for. And, of course, the file system I'm using is called ZFS on my NAS. So yeah, those are all file systems. That's a lot of... Is EXT where DXT got his name from? No. 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 It is not. But yeah, ZFS is the file system I'm going to use on my NAS. Alright, now I can finally... So anyway, yeah. That's my plan with the NAS. And I can finally use this hard drive for bulk game storage. Because I want to store games on it. I got a 6 terabyte... I mean, 6 terabytes for just Steam games. I would probably be able to download my entire Steam library on it. But I want to be able to download bigger games onto this hard drive. And then sometime, maybe I could set up like a better streaming process. I mean, once we get our Ubiquity Wi-Fi, I will probably be able to easily stream games from my PC that I honestly don't want to try installing on my Steam Deck because of their size, and then stream them over to my Steam Deck using either Moonlight or well, Sunshine. Moonlight and Sunshine, or brain, like Moonlight and Sunshine, or Steam Remote Play. And yes, I could finally play Black Ops 6. I am never playing Black Ops 6, ever, ever, never, never, ever, never, ever, 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 never, for never, I love the thing that my model does when I do that. Like when I put my when I like move my finger over my lips like this. That's so funny. It's that thing that SpongeBob did when he saw Mrs. Puff in the boat. Mrs. Puff? I am too goofy. Alright, now I can... I think it was Elijah who asked this question earlier, and then FB3 repeated it. Either that or FB3 said it both times. He did say it both times, never mind. Games I've gotten into recently. Well, there are quite a few games I've actually gotten into while I was gone. According to my most recent games on Steam, and this is just on Steam, I barely play my Switch 2. I have been playing Mario Kart World, and I've been meaning to stream that sometime. I just don't have a capture card that'll work on Linux yet. I do have an Elgato, but that doesn't work on Linux, and I want to get that working. I just don't know when. Or, well, not get it working, because I know it's going to be a while before a driver is finished, so I might just get a new capture card. An Elgato HD60X. Because that one does work on Linux. Why doesn't Elgato work on Linux? The newer ones do, because they use something called UVC, or USB Video Class. Same thing that webcams use, oddly enough. But, yeah, they use USB. Or they use, like, standard USB video stuff. So newer Elgato things do work on Linux. It's just that they're older ones, like the Elgato HD60S, and not the S Plus, the S. The older ones do not work on Linux because they use a proprietary driver. Newer ones use a standard driver. And of course don't require a proprietary software because you can just straight up use it in OBS. So that's why I want to get an Elgato HD60X, because that one will work natively in Linux. Also, Elijah does have a capture card. It's an Elgato Capture Neo. I think it's called Elgato Game Capture Neo. That one does also use USB Video Class, so naturally it works. It just works. Wait, oh, it's an HD60X? I thought you had a Neo. Huh. Oh, well, I guess if you have a Elgato HD60X. Yeah, the Elgato HD60, why is it set to UK? So yeah, I plan to get either the Elgato HD60X or maybe the 4KS. Well, we'll see. OS friendly, Windows, Mac, and iPad ready. Doesn't say anything about Linux. What do Elgato and Corsair have against Linux? Man, I'm pretty sure it still uses UVC, so. But, I mean, it just says OBS, or I don't know. Let's do HD60X, 4KS, and 4KX. Okay, anyway, so the Elgato HD60X does work in Linux, and I'm guessing so do the 4KX and the 4KS. I might get the X because it uses 10 gig. I don't know, though. But, yeah, I do want to get a new capture card for Linux so that I can play my Switch 2. Oh, I forgot to answer the question. I'm sorry. Games I've gotten into recently. Well, I've gotten into a little bit of Microsoft Flight Simulator X. An old game, but I wanted to play it because the game just is better on Steam. Like, than the newer Flight Simulator game. Or games, plural, because there's 2 after it. Hollow Reversey. That's a game I wanted to play because it's HoloLive themed, and I think it's free to play, and it's Othello, basically, or Reversey. Actually, funnily enough, when I asked, like, 2 of my family members, both my brother and my father, I asked them if they had ever heard of Reversey. They thought I made up the word. They legit thought I made up the word, and they didn't know what I was talking about until I said Othello. Seriously. And my father, he's like in his 60s, so how did he not know about Reversey? He legit thought I was making it up. That's the worst part. And yes, there's a HoloLive themed Reversey game. It is pretty much Reversey, but it has more interesting game quirks. Yeah, Reversey is a strategy board game for 2 players played on an 8x8 uncheckered board. It was invented in 1883. Othello, a variant with a fixed initial setup of the board, was patented in 1971. Wow. So they've heard of the later... I guess it's like a Hydrox and Oreo situation. I wonder if Hydrox is still around. Didn't I Google this on stream once? I think I Googled this once. Yeah. Hydrox is still around. Okay. I thought it died. Anyway, so... Bejeweled Twist, that's a game I've gotten into recently, thanks to Sam Joe, funnily enough. Because he streamed a few Bejeweled games once. Or Sam Jokes. Yeah, his name is Sam Jokes. Rhythm Sprout and Crypt of the Necrodancer. I've gotten into those, finally. Let's see. Kingdom Hearts! Oh, I finally got back into Kingdom Hearts! Yeah, so I've mentioned before that I played if you remember one of the Mars Christmas specials I was involved in, well, not involved in, I make the damn videos, but, so, I used to play, so I did get into Kingdom Hearts once. I played it on PS4 first. I sucked at it. I was really bad at it. Then I decided to I wanted to restart. Then I played the game in, then I decided to just start playing the game on my Steam Deck. I decided to double dip. There are a few games I've double dipped on, but I decided to double dip and play the game on my Steam Deck because it's the only Steam is the only platform where you're actually allowed to play Kingdom Hearts without using the cloud. Seriously. The timeline and lore is so confusing, yeah. Can you believe it's Disney? Usually Disney... Well, actually, no, I can believe it's Disney. Thank you, Square. Whose fault is the storyline more so? Is it more so the fault of Disney, or is it the fault of Squeenix? But anyway, yeah, I've finally gotten into Kingdom Hearts, and I've gotten quite far in Kingdom Hearts 1. I might play the other ones. I was talking about the cloud issue. Oh. But yeah, for some reason, you can only play Kingdom Hearts on the through the cloud on other platforms. Well, on the go. I should mention, on the go. So, like, on PS4, of course, you can just play, it on the hardware on PS4, naturally. And on PS5 by extension. But, so Steam is the only platform where you can play it on the go without using the cloud. If you want to play it on the go on other platforms, on Nintendo, you need to be like connected to the cloud, sir. You need to be connected to a cloud server, and on PS5, you would need to use remote play. Well, I guess PS4. On PS4 and PS5, you would have to use remote play, which is kind of sort of cloud. And you would need a PlayStation Portal to play it on the go. And it doesn't just work. Yeah, it doesn't. The PS Portal doesn't just work on a local network. It works over the internet as well. Pretty interesting. I wouldn't use it though because I don't have my PS5 on. It would work better if you have your PS5 on a wired connection, and I don't. So I'm sure you know how much of a joke PS Portal is to me. Yeah, some people like it though. It's pretty cool. Like, it actually is pretty cool, but. And then, what other game have I gotten into? Balatro. I actually was playing it earlier today. I finally got into Balatro. Interesting, simple, cool game. Let's see if I can sort by... Can I not sort? Oh, there we go. Sort by recent activity. Pac-Man World Repack. Got into that. Am I gonna pick up Doom: The Dark Ages? No, but I have gotten into Doom, like the first couple Doom games. I wanted to see how well it ran on the Steam Deck. Naturally, since it runs on anything, it runs on the Steam Deck just fine. Oh, hi, I did not mean to do that. Sonic Lost World, I finally got into that on the Steam version specifically, and Peggle. Sorry, Peggle. Peggle. I've been getting into Peggle. Excuse me while I rethink my life choices. Been getting into pegging. Oh god, someone's gonna clip that. Oh, Dreams of Ether. It's a WarioWare like game based on the Rivals of Ether universe. Or I guess Ether. Lego, the Lego Movie 2 game. Epic Mickey. I need to play Deltarune. I gotta play Deltarune. Oh, I have Forza Horizon 5. Oh my goodness. The game is... Forza Horizon 5 is 148 gigabytes. Yeah, this is part of the reason I want to clear out my hard drive. Sonic Forces. I mean, I've played it already, but, I want to get into modding the game. Oh, Shantae Advance. I actually do have the cartridge. I pre-ordered the cartridge. I pre-ordered the GBA version. I have it. In fact, I have the ROM for it somewhere. I'm just not going to pull it out because I heard that limited run games, like translucent purple cartridge, which is the version that I have, I heard those are fragile. So I'm not going to take them out. I'm not going to take it out very frequently. I am most likely going to play it on an emulator. Or using like a flash card if I can find one for the GBA. If there exists like a flash card that works on all 3 Game Boy models and can play GBA games, that would be amazing. Been playing a bit more Buckshot Roulette. Doctor Who, The Lonely Assassins. And Bibbidi Bibbidi fan game. Based on Hoshimachi Suisei. We gotta do another buckshot. I slurred that so much. Oh my goodness. We gotta do it. We gotta do another stream of buckshot together. Yeah, we do. When I say slur, I mean like I just spoke so fast that the words blended together. That's called slurring. And it's a problem I have. I slur my words frequently, and Half-Life Blue Shift. I need to get back into that. I have Super Bunny Man, but I don't have anyone to play with. Pico Park 2! We gotta do that on stream. We gotta do that on stream. We gotta play Pico Park 2 on stream. Hey Zell! Hey Zell! Get the squad together! Zell, get the squad together. Get DXT and Raffle and everyone else to buy Pico Park 2 so that we can suffer. We're gonna suffer on stream again. Yeah, no, I actually do want us to play Pico Park 2 on stream. That'll be so horrible. I love the idea. Hollow Break and V. Is Zell even on? Is Zell still watching the stream? Yeah, I kind of want to end all our friendships. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Oh God, I gotta play that. I have a couple of Prince of Persia games. Of course, you've seen me play it on. You've seen me play the original, the Mac version, on stream once, and man, I hated that. The input lag was horrible, and it's built into the game. It's not the emulator. It's the game. So the input lag is horrible. But Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. That actually looks amazing. Oh, Garfield Kart. Is it better than Mario Kart World? No. West of Loathing. I need to play that game. It's getting a sequel. Wow. Oh yeah, I have Final Fantasy VII. The original and the remake integrate. Oh yeah. Of course Ken has Final Fantasy VII in his Steam library. Age of Advent, bunch of... Man, I'm just looking at games I've played this year. Yeah, those are games I've gotten into. Oh, I forgot to send my stream in the hideout. Shit. I forgot to advertise. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't forget to. I sent it in the ads channel. Oh yeah, Saba. Saba, the VTuber, the new VTuber that debuted. Y'all know that, yeah, y'all know the new VTuber that debuted recently? Saba? Sameko Saba? Pepabot. Have you, I saw her debut, that's one of the things that I was excited about. I forgot about it. Pepabot. Too funny. It's the one thing that the one thing I remember about Saba is Pepabot. Pepabot. And there's Narissa eating a burger. Gigi Murin. Gigi Murin. Gigi. Nymph Phantom and yeah. Anyway, no, not much. I don't watch VTuber streams very often. I mostly watch clips. So, have I been working on any new videos for my TTS channel? Not since Not since the last time I updated a project. I have been working on a project that I'm not really ready to reveal yet, but, I have been working on a project that will be going on my TTS channel. So not since the last time I updated it, it's this project, if I can find it. There it is. When's the last time I updated a project? Okay, we're gonna sort this by modified. That can't be right. Oh my god. Oh my god. 4 months. 4 months. I have not touched a single TTS project. This project, I have not actually touched the project files in 4 months. God, I gotta get back into that, but my excuse is, I've been focused on my job, and also, like, my new room, where I can do stuff, and my NAS. I've been wanting to do that. So that's my excuse. That's actually my excuse. I don't have... That is my excuse. I've been really busy these last 4 months. Ow. Sorry, I'm eating a teriyaki bowl with beef in it. Hard part of the beef is scraped against my gum. Why am I looking at my browser? I'm looking at my Firefox. I'm still streaming. I gotta... Paperbot. Paperbot. Paper. Paperbot. 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 I'm having way too much fun with this. Paperbot. Paperbot. Ah! Paperbot. The shoujo went under. I'm gonna gloss over that. Paperbot. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. That's gonna get annoying. And I'm not cute, so I can't make up for it. Well, someone finds me cute, but, W plays. That was cool for a while. I'm just looking at, like, Discord chat history to see if I can find things that I want to talk about. Truth be told, I am lost. I've got nothing. Man, I got nothing. I have been helping... Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna say that. Let's... Benui. The shoujo's failure was entirely self-inflicted. They did it to themselves. Yep. Oh yeah, Amelie made an entire song about wanting to fuck the Bracken. This is why I don't do free chat streams, though. Yeah, normally you would think I'd be good at yapping because I'm good at yapping. I'm good at yapping. But I get lost on, like, what I'm talking about, when I'm on stream frequently. Yes, I'm not joking, FB3. It's called... Amelie did make an entire song about wanting to fuck the Bracken from Lethal Company. It's called Hear Me Out. Cat. Stop avoiding your banking app. Go look at what you've done. You know what? I'm on stream, but you know what? There's never a bad time to look at my banking app. Let's see what I've got. I ain't sharing it, but... I ain't, like, screen sharing or anything, but I'll just tell you what I've got. Ah, nice. My credit balance is 0. Awesome. My credit card's paid off. I got money. Cool. That's my banking app. That's my banking app. My credit balance is 0, and I've got money. Usually a good sign if your credit card balance is 0, it means you don't owe the bank anything. I don't owe the bank anything. Elizabeth Rose blood flames, like, shocked face is hilarious. I see a financially responsible green cat boy. I frickin' better be. Namine Ritsu is in your house. And yeah, Liz is amazing. Liz is funny. YouTube ate a really great message. What did it eat? It ate? Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. I see it. The message was, this is the same person who created a whole meme about the pronunciation of a character's name, Amelie and Shago. Oh, shit. I'm gonna... Is it Shago? I never watched Kim Possible, so is it... Is it Shago or Shigo? Shigo? Okay. Yeah, okay. I never watched Kim Possible, so I wouldn't know. Oh yeah, I've been wanting to build a new mechanical keyboard. Oh, perfect! I got a perfect thing to talk about because I really want to rant about this. This is extremely stupid. So... I've been wanting to get a new, like, mechanical keyboard because this mechanical keyboard that I got from Red Dragon, this is the Red Dragon K580 Pro. It's a neat keyboard. It is, it has a... Sorry. I'm trying not to burp on stream, like, loudly because it's, I know that's gross. Oh. Yeah. You hear that? You hear that, Edward? It's gross. Anyway, just the shade. So, this Red Dragon keyboard, the K580 Pro, it's a neat keyboard. It has hot swappable switches, and, so why do I, and it has RGB, although it's pretty dim, and, remappable keys and stuff like that, so why do I, why do I want to, get a new keyboard? Well, because I found out something about this keyboard. The hot swappable switches, yeah, the switches don't even exist. Like, I mean, of course they exist. They're here. They're on my keyboard. They're on my keyboard, but I shouldn't be smiling. They don't. You can't buy them for some reason. From so many mechanical keyboard like websites, you can't buy these switches anywhere. These are Otemu, like, optical switches, and how they work is there's, like, an LED light and a... So, how they work is there's an LED, there's, like, an infrared light on one side, and this is underneath the switch. This is on the PCB, not in the switch. But there's a light, there's a little laser, and a photo sensor, and the idea is the switch is actually just plastic and springs. And when you press it down, it breaks the laser, and it breaks the laser line, and the keyboard registers that as a key press, quite literally at the speed of light. Now, why I don't know why you can't buy these switches, because they're so damn simple. They are really simple. They're really easily designed, but the problem is there's like 10 different kinds of optical keyboard switches out there that you can buy, and they don't work. And unfortunately, they're not for this particular keyboard. The only one I found that even came close was from Gatoron, a reputable brand. Although I will say, before, like this was a while ago, but before, I managed to buy a 10-pack of some identical switches from a switch company called Kyle, or is it Kyle? Kylewa? Some people pronounce it Kylewa, but it is a 10-pack of switches, and I seem to be... No, it's a 10-pack. I have 6 left. I've used 4. But that's the one. That's the clicking you're hearing now. Those are the switches I bought, and this was a long time ago. But I scoured the internet. It took a long time to find these, and they're from a website called Hottor. Now, you would think, oh, well, why don't you just buy them from Hottor again? They don't even ship to the US anymore! I don't know why, but Hottor doesn't even ship to the US anymore. They only ship to Eastern Europe now. I don't know why. It could be because they're based in Eastern Europe, but, like... So, I actually cannot get these switches in the US anymore. And so now, like, I can't find these anymore. This is all I've got. This 10-pack of blue switches, of which I have 6 left, and also the extra switches that came with my keyboard in this bag. That's all I got. That's all I got. And even worse, okay, so I looked recently. I could only find one brand that was even close. It's not exactly the same, but I will take anything that's actually compatible with this damn keyboard, like with this damn switch style. So I'll take anything that's like at least functions the same way. It doesn't have those like dust caps that these switches have, but so it's just like a cross stock. But I'll take anything at this point. So they're from Gatoron, a reputable brand. They're the KS15, or at least that's the closest thing. Gatoron KS15. It's an optical switch, and it works the same way as these. It blocks a light by using a... Yeah, so there's an infrared light, and when you press the key, it blocks the light from reaching the sensor. They also have the KS22. The problem is, they're not in stock. I've looked. They don't even have these damn switches in stock, or at least not in the not the styles that I want. So I want the blue switches sold out. The brown switches sold out. Red switches are okay. Actually, red switches are pretty good. For example, I have red switches in my like shift keys. And I have a black switch in my spacebar, but I have red switches in my shift keys just to make them simpler, because I always press my shift keys down until they bottom out anyway, so I don't need them to click. Unlike a lot of other keys, which I would need them to click. But my shift key, I always press it until it bottoms out, so it's fine. But yeah, so the KS22, that's sold out. The KS15 is in stock, which I guess is okay, but after all this trouble that I've gone through to find these damn switches, I'm not even sure I want to, like, stay into optical mechanical switches, mostly because they'll just become unavailable, and, like, and the manufacturer just won't care. So, at that point, I'm just thinking, you know what? I'm done with I'm done with optical switches. I'm just gonna get a traditional mechanical keyboard with mechanical switches, like actual electrical switches. Problem is, I can't find anything that actually fits my needs, even in the custom mechanical keyboard market. So, what I want is RGB that I can control with like OpenRGB or something, because I'm on Linux and I would want to use OpenRGB. And then remappable keys would be nice, but also hot swap switches so that I can switch out any of these, so I can switch out switches for certain keys like I have on this keyboard. Like, for example, my locking keys, those all use blue switches, and my insert key because I use it as a compose key in Linux. But yeah, so these four switches, or these four keys, so numlock, scroll lock, caps lock, and insert, I use blue switches on those. I want them to be clicky. Shift key, red switches, and spacebar, black switch, but that's because that's a little tougher than, it's tougher than red ones. And I just want them to be hot swappable so that I don't have to break out a soldering iron to switch them out. Even though I do have a soldering iron, and I have soldered, I just don't want to use it to swap out keys on a keyboard. So, RGB, 100% layout, because I do use the numpad, and, hot swappable switches. And it would be nice if I had a volume knob, because I do use the volume knob. It's a neat feature, but I could probably find other ways to get it. And surprisingly, that's an extremely rare, like, feature set on a mechanical keyboard. Even custom mechanical... jump scare. Even custom mechanical keyboard manufacturers like Keychron, a lot of their keyboards don't even have that feature. So, like, I've been looking for a while to find my, like, ideal mechanical keyboard. This is the one and the one I've found that, like, comes close. It has hot swappable switches, and it has RGB and everything. Well, not everything. It doesn't even have, like... It has... but it's the Keychron K10. It's a custom mechanical keyboard, and it uses QMK firmware, which is pretty neat. Problem is, I don't even know if this keyboard will even work in OpenRGB. Because the thing about QMK keyboards that I've found out through research, and by the way, this information is probably outdated, and I don't even know if it is, actually. Like, I don't even know if things have changed for QMK and OpenRGB. But, so the thing about QMK keyboards, what? Weird. Okay. I'm out of the loop here, okay. But anyway, okay, so the thing about OpenRGB and QMK keyboards is that OpenRGB, so there's no like standard protocol for QMK RGB. So, and again, I don't even know if things have changed since since a few years ago when that information that I read was posted. But so in order to have a QMK keyboard that you can control in OpenRGB, you have to have a custom firmware. Now QMK firmware is open source, of course, but but you have to have a custom firmware that will work with OpenRGB. I don't know if Keychron's firmware by default works with it, though. And the worst part is, like, there's no way to tell. No one's written about this. Like, almost no one has written about this. The information is really scarce on it. So the solution, really, is for OpenRGB on a QMK-based keyboard, is you have to compile new firmware for the keyboard from scratch with OpenRGB stuff built into it. And truth be told, I don't know how to do that. I actually have no clue how to do that. And even worse, like, people have not... So, people have made, like, pre-made firmwares that I could just flash onto the keyboard, but most of those don't even exist for the, like, newer Keychron keyboard, like the K10 V2, which is the one I'm looking at. They exist for the K8, but not the K10. Difference is the K8 is like the TKL version, the one without a numpad. So I don't even know, and I don't even know if it'll work natively because no one has mentioned anything about that, and Google has revealed nothing. Always up to date. But there is their like web UI called Keychron Launcher, which I guess works as well. Also, I forgot to mention north-facing RGB. A lot of custom keyboards have south-facing RGB because for some reason people hate RGB in the custom mechanical keyboard market. But I already have a set of keycaps that I want to use, and that's the thing. So I found one. So the K10 has north-facing RGB and hot swappable switches. Not optical, but honestly, I haven't found a reason to give a shit about optical switches anymore, considering I can't find these. Oh man, I wish you could see my hand gestures, because those like really sell it. I do hand gestures when I'm ranting, and yeah, I do hand gestures when I rant, and so like the hand gestures really sell my frustration, if my voice doesn't already. But yeah, Keychron Launcher. I guess you can use... I guess you can do lighting with that? Apparently? But yeah, you have to compile, like, new firmware, and I don't know how to do that. I actually don't know how to take the, like, existing firmware for the K10, the new K10, and add OpenRGB functionality to it. I would probably have to be a programmer to do that. And man, I'm just not willing to... I'm honestly not sure it's something I'm worth putting effort into, especially for a keyboard that costs like $125. That being said, I am still looking, and who knows, I might be wrong. Gosh. Yeah, okay, finally got that off my chest. Okay. Are there any games you're planning to pick up later on? Most likely Donkey Kong Bonanza, because that came out recently and my brother has been obsessed with it. My brother actually cannot... Every time my brother's been here, like, every time my brother visits, he always talks about Donkey Kong Bonanza and always, like, references the DK rap, and... He says he's not a Donkey Kong simp, but he's really not gonna beat those allegations the more he talks about it. Like, honestly. Anyway, God, I hope I will be able to get into, I hope I'll be able to find a keyboard that fits my needs, because, man, something that works in OpenRGB and all that stuff. Kirby Air Riders, of course, that comes out soon. That comes out in September, I believe. I have it in my phone's calendar, but oh, October. Wait, November. Yeah, November. Kirby Air Riders, I want to get. Pokemon, maybe the new Tomodachi Life. I don't know when that comes out though. And maybe Pokemon Legends ZA. Honestly, there's only one reason. Hang on. I'm gonna be totally honest. There's one reason I want the... Wait. There's one reason I want... what? Okay. This picture isn't gonna cut it. Wow. Hold on 1 second. What's the resolution? It's 269 by 380. Anyway, there's probably only one reason I'm gonna get the new... There's probably only one reason I'm gonna get the, I'm gonna get Pokemon Legends ZA. I had to change the fade, like, thing for comedic effect. I thought it would be funny. But yes, the obvious reason. That's it. Yeah. I didn't play much Pokemon X and Y, so I don't know much about it being like a sequel, but this is part of the this is probably the only reason I'm gonna get Pokemon Legends ZA. Never mind everything else. The new Hex Mommy. So, is it like a remake from the original Kirby Air Ride game? It's more of a sequel. Kirby Air Riders is more of a sequel to, Sorry. So, Kirby Air Riders is, more of a sequel to the original Kirby Air Ride, with enhanced features, I will say. She's doing the I guess you are my little PogChamp pose. No, she's just walking like a zombie. Oh wait, this is the wrong tab group. Oh yeah, I switched to Firefox. I think I might have mentioned this before, but I've fully switched away from... This is irrelevant, but I've switched away from Microsoft Edge. Wait, did I say this on stream before? I might have said this on stream before. Yeah, I switched away from Microsoft Edge and switched to Firefox, and I've also stopped using Microsoft Authenticator for the most part for my like two-factor authentication stuff. I now use a YubiKey for my two-factor authentication. This thing is way more secure than two-factor authentication, like traditional, like the numbers, and honestly, I don't know how I lived without it. This thing is amazing. I use a YubiKey for a lot of my security stuff now, and it's amazing. And you can thank... Actually, I want to thank DXT for getting me into YubiKeys, because he's told me about this thing, and man, again, I don't know how I've lived without it. There are frickin' smudges on the like button. It's not a button, but I switched away from Chrome because Chrome was being a poopy. But God, I usually don't like talking like that. I don't like talking childishly. It's just embarrassing to me. Chrome hasn't given you any problems. Yeah. I just don't use Chrome personally. I don't know why. I just haven't used it in a while. But oh my goodness, yeah, okay, so this YubiKey is actually like kind of permanently dirty now. That's not good. Oh yeah, Manifest V3, that's also... That is a very good reason. Because of like uBlock Origin basically being banned from the Chrome Web Store. I also love how I looked on the Chrome Web Store for uBlock Origin, the new standard ad blocker, and they basically say they don't work. It basically says this extension doesn't work in Chrome's best interest or whatever. It basically threw them under the bus when it was Chrome who decided to. Yeah, that's amazing. Alright, I cleaned up my YubiKey a little bit, but man, there's still fingerprints on it. It's so... It does not look right. Yeah, it just looks dirty. Yeah, best practice is my ass. Alright, hang on. I'm just multitasking. This entire stream is just me yapping multitasking while using my VTuber model, and then now I'm just cleaning my Yubi key for some reason. Someday I want to send like a super chat to Inagami Kurone, and I hope she would read it. I hope she would read it, but I want to tell her about the Yubi key. Because I think she would be interested in knowing that it exists, considering her whole thing with Yubi. My ass is a best practice. Yeah, it's my best practice. Oh, God. Oh, God. Anyway. We're gonna pretend I didn't just say that. What else? Come on, give me something to talk about. That's what she said. No, it's what he said. I haven't seen you laugh this hard in a while, though. Oh, yeah. You should have... Actually, there was this one time I saw, like, on a Reddit video. I was dying of laughter already, so that it might be part of the reason why, but I could not stop laughing at this one Reddit post that was roasting someone. It said, Jake Paul is the kind of person who locks himself inside a motorcycle. And I couldn't stop laughing at that. It was so funny. Like, Jake Paul's the kind of person to lock himself in a motorcycle. Like... Because the joke is, you can't do that. That's impossible. You can't lock yourself in a motorcycle. But Jake Paul's the kind of person who would do that. Like, he would accidentally lock himself in a motorcycle. I think it was Ari who said this one, and I thought it was pretty funny. Because it was so absurd, but like... She said something along the lines of, you look like the type of person who parallel parks in the shower. Because, like, how the fuck do you parallel park in the shower? How the fuck do you parallel park in general? Better question, how the fuck do you parallel park? I actually kinda sorta know how to parallel park, but I have not practiced it. You look like the kind of person who drives a Hummer. Dude, this car kicks ass, and I could watch Madagascar while I'm driving. What kind of music do you like, Gloria? Hippo hop. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Ha 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 ha! Dude, those animals are so fucking funny. They make me want to merge without looking. Yeah, Rumsfeld. What is wrong with me? And yes, I did just spin. Dude, those animals are so fucking funny. Shit. Oh, I just realized my hair blocks my eye when I'm in this when I'm at this angle. I look emo. I kind of look emo. My hair is not actually this long, but yeah, my hair covers my eye when I'm looking down like this. Hang on, I'm trying to get my... Okay, there we go. Ass. I'm just thinking of ass right now. Oh yeah, another thing I want to rant on. The Fairphone 6, the world's most repairable smartphone. Well, one of... Yeah, Yeah, the Fairphone 6. It came out recently. It's actually called the Fairphone Gen 6, but I'm calling it the Fairphone 6 because the name is stupid. But I looked. So I was interested in it. I was actually interested in it because it's a repairable smartphone. Because of course I would be. I'm pro repair. But the problem is, Fairphone does not sell their shit in the US. I don't know why. They just don't. But so I have actually looked the Fairphone Gen 6, how much it is in euros, and so I'm gonna look at how much it is in euros, and then I'm gonna look at how much, and then I'm gonna convert euros to USD. So 599 euros to US dollars, that is $700, give or take. But the only way to actually get a Fairphone in the US without importing it is through a website called Morena. Now, I wouldn't recommend it because Morena, first of all, not only do they like put their own operating system, I guess it's not really their own, but they put a different operating system on the Fairphone instead of like making it come with like whatever OS it was originally running or whatever. They put EOS on it, or however it's actually pronounced, which is still Android based, but still. Is it me or is this window? Yes, it is. It's too tall. Okay. So, but furthermore, if you look at their website, they're selling it for $900. And again, for context, the original price is 600 euros, which is $700, give or take. So not only do they like put a different operating system on the Fairphone, not like Morena, not only does Morena put a different operating system on the Fairphone 6, they also mark it up $200. It's the same damn phone. There's no difference other than the fact that you put EOS on it. And I know you can put whatever operating system you want on the Fairphone. Like, that's kind of the whole point, but still. Yeah, I'm serious. It is sold for $900. And the only difference between the Morena Fairphone Gen 6, the only difference between the Morena Fairphone 6 and the original Fairphone 6 is the operating system. It's powered by... The Morena Fairphone 6 runs EOS. They're the exact same phone. The only difference is the OS that it runs. That's it. And it's just, like, the original Fairphone 6 is like, yeah, it's just regular stock Android. Yeah, it's literally, and also, funnily enough, EOS looks like a rip-off of iOS. It's hilarious. It's not spelled the exact same way, but EOS, for being an Android distro, I guess you would call it, for being an Android distro, it looks like a rip-off of iOS. Oh, hi, Tana. Sorry, your message got eaten by YouTube. The budget isn't even that high. Yeah, but like $900 for a phone that's cheaper sold in Europe. Fairphone, ship your damn phones to the US already. Seriously, I want a damn Fairphone. I won't use it as my main driver because I really like my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, but still, The shit that Morena pulls. Yeah, the shit that Morena pulls. Selling your phone at a markup with just EOS, forcing me to use something like Lineage OS because I don't even like the idea of... I don't even know if I like the idea of EOS because it looks like a frickin' iOS ripoff, and it's Android. It even... That's actually kind of funny. The wallpaper even has Apple's, like, old logo colors. Man. Oh, man. Ah. I need to get back into streaming Deltarune. I'm just reading I'm just reading stuff. SteamOS. SteamOS is finally updated, I guess. SteamOS runs on PCs with AMD chips. Cool. Yeah, I would love to play Deltarune again. I probably should just play it solo or with Elijah if he wants to join. Is it intended a solo or co-op game? It's solo, but Elijah likes to Elijah likes to dub the characters. Nintendo's blue balling context. Oh, man. Oh yeah, Ubiquity. I mean, I've done yeah, Ubiquity. Yeah, I should too. I need, because Lookie actually sent me a Deltarune meme, and she wasn't even aware that I haven't played chapters 3 and 4 yet. So I need to get into chapter 3. Man, I just keep looking off to the side and going silent. Is it bad if I refuse to watch gameplays before playing a game? It depends on the game, but if it's like Deltarune, where the gameplay is mostly the same, but yeah, if the gameplay is mostly the same, like across chapters of Deltarune, and you're just waiting to see the story and the new content, then no, that's not bad. But if the game isn't if the gameplay isn't very spoilery or anything, then, yeah, because you gotta know what you're getting into. But, fortunately for Deltarune, I already know what I'm getting into. I am getting into an amazing game. If it's something like Doom the Dark Ages, I personally think you should play it before you watch footage on it. I actually have seen some gameplay of Doom the Dark Ages, but mostly because a streamer is kinda... mostly because it was from a dumb streamer, who I'm not gonna name. Brain. I initially watched a bit of gameplay before I decided to start. I initially watched a bit of Danganronpa Vagabond gameplay before deciding I wanted to play it myself and stopped watching. Oh, Half-Life Alyx. I need to get back into Half-Life Alyx. I'm just looking at old games. Or I'm just looking at old, I'm looking at old Discord messages. Just trying to find things I can talk about. Oh yeah, SteamOS is, yeah, SteamOS is on the Lenovo Legion Go S. Yeah. Elijah sent me something. Oh yeah! Oh, that would be a great idea. Should I say it on stream, Elijah, or should I... I don't see the harm, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Should I say it on stream, Elijah? Okay. Sorry. Food. Yeah, so Elijah had an idea. A good idea for a stream. Where we play Smash Brothers... where we play Super Smash Brothers Brawl Subspace Emissary co-op. I like the idea. Okay. Yeah. That would be a good idea. Playing the Subspace Emissary, but co-op. Can't play Brawl because I don't have a Wii, which sucks because I used to have one. Oof. Yeah, I do have... I mean, Elijah and I, we could probably play it through NetPlay on Dolphin Emulator. Who knows? We have actually tried NetPlay before on Smash Melee once, and it was a bit complicated, but I think we can do it. Okay, fuck off. Not you. Sorry, not you. I was talking to an email. Yeah, I have a Wii. It's the same Wii. I've had this, like, 25th, yeah, it was a Mario 25th Anniversary Edition Wii. I think it was, because it came with a copy of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And it is nice. I mean, I've had it for years, hasn't broken on us, and I actually even homebrewed it. If we do, in fact, do it through NetPlay, I have no idea how I would join you. Oh, I don't know, actually. It's probably going to be Elijah, but, we'll figure it out, because it's, like, how two emulators connect. And, while we're at it, we might try other games. In fact, we might even try using NetPlay on, like, a Switch emulator. I actually really want to play, like, Mario Party with a couple of friends using emulators and and NetPlay. NetPlay is technically not online play. It's emulating local multiplayer, so it's not online play, so it's legal. That's why it works on GameCube. I think you can also do like a VPN thing with a Dolphin to emulate LAN. I don't know. Alright, I've actually run out of things to talk about. I would get MP7 for that. That's a game I liked in a club when I was, a club I was in during middle school. MP7? Oh, Mario Party 7! Mario Party 7! Of course! Well, I was thinking a newer Mario Party game, like Mario Party Superstars on a Switch emulator, but that'll work too. Yeah, Mario Party 7. I played a lot of that when I was younger too, so... Yeah. Yeah, 7 is more nostalgic for me. I have a lot of memories playing with my siblings. I wonder if I could get my siblings on stream once. I actually really want to, yeah. I actually really want to get my siblings involved on a stream at one point, but I need to decide on a good name for my brother's alter ego, but I might just settle on Hono. I initially thought Hono sounded stupid, like saying it over and over and over again, but probably not. Yeah, yeah, alright, I'm actually getting kind of tired, and, I'm running out of things to talk about, but hey, now you guys know where I've been since my last stream, and hopefully I get to do more streams sometime. Maybe I might continue with my Half-Life Alyx stream, who knows. But, I want to thank everybody for joining me, and, hang on, I got a new closing greeting I want to try. I've just forgotten how to say it. Okay. Yeah, I'm ending now. I've been live for 2 hours. Doesn't feel like that long, I know, but I've been live for 2 hours. I'm getting tired, and I got a pretty big day tomorrow, actually, because we're gonna be starting on, well, we're probably gonna be starting on getting the trench dug for the conduit. For the fiber cable I want to run. So I'm gonna get some rest, and who knows? Who knows? Maybe I might stream tomorrow. I probably won't, though, knowing myself. But I do want to stream more often. And you'll get to see me build a NES sometime as soon as I've got all the parts for it. I don't have an ETA for that, though. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining me today, and oh yeah, that's right, Swirly's streaming tomorrow. Alright, so maybe I won't stream tomorrow. If you ever find something you would like me to have play with you, like to have you play with me on Steam, let me know, or let you know. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, I don't say nya as often as I should. Oh, on stream. Yeah. Well. Well, sorry, I have a lot of hangnails. Anyway. Yeah. I try not to have my stream, like, conflict with Swirly, unless I coordinate it with him, like the Cringecraft stream. I coordinated that with Swirly and Elijah, that's why we streamed that at the same time. But anyway, I have hangnails. Yeah, I have very dry skin. And it causes hangnails. It's annoying. Aren't those really painful? No, but they're annoying. Well, hold on, let me see. Yeah, no, hangnails aren't really painful, they're just annoying. I guess it depends. Yeah, I gotta treat my skin better. Definitely. Maybe we could do Peak together. Maybe. I don't have Peak, though. But anyway, I'd like to stop streaming now. I'm tired. So, that's all for today. Alright, so I'm gonna try out this new greeting. This new closing greeting. That's all for today. Wait. That's all for today. Hope you log in next time. TGN out. Bye. Nya. Nya.